latest addition to Arsene Wenger's French contingent, comes on for his first taste of English football.
Henry still looking to open his Arsenal account, and close there.
You don't doubt your ability. You know, that's not me. So I was going through a phase also where the boss wanted me to play as a striker again. And I was kind of saying to myself, I'm in a national team, I won the World Cup, being a winger. So I was like, am I kind of losing my time trying to relearn to play as a striker? That was more the thing. You kind of getting, it is frustrating. I felt kind of like I wasn't helping nobody there.
Adams coming further forward. Henry! Well, that is a fine first goal for Arsenal, for the young Frenchman.
And then that game against Derby where I scored 2 goals, and from that game, I never left the team again.
Overmars starting to go through the gears and picking out Henry!
I did forget that I had it. Because that's me all day long. The way I was playing at Arsenal, that's exactly the same way I was playing as a youngster. I forgot about goals. My mind wasn't set on goals. Because when you play as a winger, you're kind of like, you know, you have to assist the game, you know, you have to work and help the left back. So you're kind of like, oh, that's not my job to score. So you lose that killer instinct that I had when I was young. So that's why I had to relearn how if I can say, how to kill.
Henry! Thierry Henry scores for the 7th Premiership game in a row.
Ljungberg, now with Silvinho, plenty forward here for Arsenal. Neatly done by Silvinho, this is Thierry Henry! 1-0, 2 minutes before the break. Arsenal lead now by 2 goals on aggregate as Henry scores for the 8th consecutive time, and Arsenal take a huge step towards the final in Copenhagen. In 1994, Arsenal walked off this pitch with the European Cup Winners' Cup in their hands. 6 years on, can the Gunners do the same with the UEFA Cup?
Finally, we reached the UEFA Cup final and we lost in penalty. We played against a team that were playing with 10 men and we couldn't find the back of the net. I'm still like mad about it, to be honest. That's how it is.
Turkish delight versus English despair. Arsenal are broken.
The year after, again, we were so far from Man United. And somehow we managed, not somehow, I think we deserved to go to the FA Cup final. And I don't know if in the history of the game, a team battering a team like we did that final. We actually outplayed, outrun, outmuscled Liverpool the whole game. That final should have been 10-0, 11-0, I go that far. I don't care if the Liverpool fans are upset with that one, but if you look at the game, first of all, Lencho should have got sent off, red card, penalty, and it would have been game over. And it should have been game over even without the penalty and the sending off of Stefan Lencho. We had so many chances. That game was a joke. But Michael Owen appeared in the last 5 minutes or 7 or whatever it was to score 2 goals and to win it for Liverpool. And yes, I was devastated. I will be honest. I came back home and I was like, how can you lose a game like this? Like, you know, it was so hard to take. Really hard to take, even more so than the UEFA Cup final. I don't know why, but losing that FA Cup final was really hard to take. But I said to myself, next year, especially against Liverpool, that is why, especially when I used to play after against Liverpool, I had something special. And we came back stronger, and the game is so weird because first round of the FA Cup the year after, Arsenal-Liverpool. I was dying for that game.
Henry needs Neatly done. Van Bronckhorst, this is Thierry Henry, still Henry, Bergkamp, 1-0. Dennis Bergkamp scores for Arsenal. Payback is on for the Gunners, so cruelly beaten in the final by Liverpool last term. A terrific header.
I'm not making that Liverpool a personal thing, but every time I used to play against Liverpool, I used to think about an FA Cup final and make sure that they were going to suffer at us again.
Bridesmaids for the past 3 seasons in the Premier League title race, Arsenal get their first chance to maybe reverse that trend against their nemesis, the champions. Silvestre up against Lauren, who allows him through. Still Silvestre, Scholes! And Paul Scholes' first Premier League goal of the season gives Manchester United the lead.
They were dominating. They've been doing that for a very long time, to be honest, even before I arrived. I mean, Arsenal won it, Blackburn won it, but Man United has been more than dominating throughout the years. And the most annoying thing is they were winning it around April. You know, everybody knew it was kind of done, so it was kind of boring. It wasn't easy to take, but at the end of the day, you have to give them their credit, and they deserve to be where they were. And what we were thinking about is make sure that every year we were going to be a bit closer and match them.
Perez bearing down on the United defence. Kanu to his right. Ljungberg has beaten Barthez. What a riposte from Arsenal straight after half-time. Vieira. Cole. Finds Parla. Shot comes back off Ljungberg, and then Beckham calmly back to Barthez. His clearance is poor. Henry in here against Barthez. Oh, what a howler from the Frenchman. Vieira. Ball over the top, and Henry is in here, but Barthez will cover, or at least he should have done. And Thierry Henry has punished Barthez again. In the space of 5 minutes, he's literally handed Arsenal victory and gifted his fellow Frenchman Thierry Henry 2 goals he might otherwise have not scored.
One of a ton.
Arsenal 3, Manchester United 1.
You want to make your generation successful. I mean, there's nothing wrong there. You want to be part also of a successful side.
Maybe an opportunity here for the Gunners. It's still Ray Parla! Sensational strike! Ljungberg shrugs off John Terry. Freddie Ljungberg! The cup is heading back to London, adorned with red and white ribbons.
Swinging away from Old Trafford, Arsenal can take the title home tonight to Highbury, where the FA Cup is already in place. In 10 years of the Premiership, there has never been a head-to-head like this.
Oh yeah, I was gutted. I've done my knee in the FA Cup final against Chelsea. I just couldn't. I was going mad. I was at home and watching it, and I just wanted to go there.
Mistake by Silvestre. Walter has got plenty of pace. Ljungberg. It's Freddie Ljungberg again. Push out by Barthez. Walter! Arsenal have scored yet again in the Premiership, and this could be the most crucial goal of all.
We knew that we were strong enough to beat them that year.
Perfect.
But the thing that we had is that we were a team. We, especially I think for the Arsenal fan and for everybody in the league, us winning it there gave a lot of, I think, some hope to a lot of teams, saying that it is possible.
They are back at the summit of English football again, and they are Arsenal. disgrace has ended 3 years in a row in the Premiership, and of course in the FA Cup a year ago, runners-up in that UEFA Cup 2 years ago. But this Arsenal side have graduated with a double first.
Now Edu. Aliya Diaz well placed and gets his first Arsenal goal. What a moment for that young man. Henry got away from Goodson this time. City to Kanu.
One thing that I was very proud of is people always used to talk about my goals, but I always used to put out there how many assists that I was doing every year. And that was for me also important, not only scoring goals, but trying to share also the glory with others. You could see me smile more when I was giving a goal than when I was scoring. Because the sharing thing, it's an important thing, especially in a collective sport.
And in first place, and the winner of the PFA Players Player of the Year for 2003 is, to be unfair, mon brave, Thierry Henry.
For Arsenal, Henry drops onto his right. For Ljungberg, shooting opportunity, ball falls, Pires! Arsenal take the lead in the cup final. They're up and running, and it's Robert Pires with the goal. Arsenal have won the FA Cup again, a rare feat to do it in successive seasons. Robert Pires' goal has done it, and Arsene Wenger celebrates his third success in this competition.
Darting into the centre from the right-hand side, he's all the way across the left in space here. And what about that from Gilberto? And what about that from Arsenal? This is exhibition stuff. Pires. Oh, what a shot! It's a fabulous goal from Robert Pires.
Henry spun his run and now accelerates away from camera and gives Arsenal the lead.
Electrifying. Electrifying. It's 4 for the foremost striker, Arsenal's Thierry Henry.
Van der Sar here, oh, he's gone out, and Reyes scores, and it's an absolute nightmare for the goalkeeper.
Thierry Henry to take on two Portsmouth players. Henry with the cross towards Vieira. Clear to Reyes! 1-1. Arsenal back on terms at Fratton Park.
Make a note of the date. May the 15th, 2004. History has been made. One of the greatest achievements since English football began. Arsenal have gone through an entire league campaign without losing. The first time it's happened for over 100 years.
Ever again. We didn't know where we were at a particular moment, and after that, we were kind of losing our way, and we come back straight away and went on finishing the second bit.
Henry timing his run. He's onside! Yes, it's finally there! And Thierry Henry, hat-trick hero! Did you ever doubt them? 31 games unbeaten for Arsene Wenger. 7 points clear at the top of the league table. And Arsenal still on course to make history. The disappointments of the FA Cup and Champions League put behind them, thanks to a quite remarkable Thierry Henry hat-trick today.
moment in history is in front of us. Newcastle beat Chelsea 2-1 to set it up. Just a point now will do, but Arsenal will want to do it, as they have all season long, in style.
Because before the game, you know, some of the securities and the guys, please, if you win the league, because you need a draw or win to be mathematically champion, so please do not celebrate there. And to be fair, everybody said, okay, we understand, that's going to create chaos or whatever.
And it is Arsenal to kick off. Their class, their consistency has broken the rest of the field. And Henry ran away from Tottenham famously at Highbury to score from a starting position similar to that one, but on this occasion he's looked for Bergkamp, who looks for Vieira! Bergkamp, Vieira, for Perez!
What a goal.
Hello Toure trying to buy Arsenal a bit of time as the help arrived through Vieira, but it's a Redknapp.
It's a super goal from Jamie Redknapp for Spurs.
Robbie Keane deep into stoppage time, scores 2-2.
I remember that.
The spotlight, of course, on these Arsenal players who, to use the words of their own manager, stand on the verge of football immortality. Arsene Wenger said he wasn't sure his players fully realised how much is at stake today, but when they step out into the Highbury sunshine in a few moments' time, I'm sure the enormity of what they stand to achieve today will really hit them.
You know, when you know the main thing is to be champion, and you're champion, and you still have 6 or 5 odd games to go. I remember the boss coming every morning, guys, you are maybe going to be able to do something amazing. Are you realizing? And we're like, wait, champion, man, come on. It's like a boxer. A boxer doesn't go on the ring just to have fun. You know, you go out there to kill. And that was our mentality. And suddenly, I remember Patrick looking at me and like, man, there's no fight. You know, I need to have a fight. I need to know that we need to get some points or stuff like that. But we were not realizing what was happening.
Forward and looking for Paul Dickoff on the far post. That wasn't in the script, was it?
And they go 1-0 up. Suddenly, like, you kind of wake up and you hope that it won't be too late, because you know this type of game, you can hit the crossbar, the post, and you can never come back. And somehow we came back into it, and also what a finish, having the skipper scoring the winning goal. You know, I think that was, you know, the cherry on the cake.
Magic ball from Bergkamp to Patrick Vieira! The captain, fittingly, gets the goal that might make history.
Now I would have been really upset if we didn't do it. If we didn't do it, I would have been pissed.
Arsenal's name has a place in the sporting record books for all time, and what they've done this season will be talked about for as long as football is played.
We had a lot of players that were doing what the game was asking. Winning the double, it is amazing, but going a season unbeaten, it is an achievement.
You get nothing extra for 50 unbeaten league games, except maybe a plaque from the Premier League. And the admiration worldwide of the football community. Arsenal, still the irresistible force.
welcome on this historic day in North London, the final time that Arsenal will be kicking off a new season here at Highbury, their home for over 90 years. Henry now wearing the captain's armband since Patrick Vieira moved on to Juventus. He is one of the greatest heroes this club has ever had and is now within sight of scoring a record number of goals. He's just 4 goals short of Ian Wright's club record. And Arsenal's master goal scorer strikes again and goes within 3 now of becoming the record striker in the club's history.
Fabregas wins it back, Reyes. Thierry Henry took it brilliantly. Oh, what a super goal! Flamini, Thierry Henry to settle it surely. Henry! The touch was deft, the finish exquisite. A master at work, Thierry Henry. Toure with the ball forward. This is Henry. Thierry Henry! 6 minutes into his comeback, and Thierry Henry has equalled Ian Wright's goal-scoring record and put Arsenal in front against Sparta Prague. Pires. Robert Pires. Delightful ball for Henry. This is Henry for 2. He's done it. Goal number 186. Thierry Henry, Arsenal's greatest goal scorer ever.
I wasn't even meant to travel. I just came back like trained for 2 days. I had some problem with my Achilles, I remember, and the boss said, "Oh, you know what, Thierry, just come with us, and you won't play." And I came on and I scored 2 goals, which wasn't the plan right from the start. But yeah, the only thing I will always, I think, regret is that I didn't do it at Highbury. But it was a great thing, and it was a special moment. I wanted to celebrate it with my teammates. That is why when you see me scoring, I go like, I ask everybody to come, and it was a great moment.
One Arsenal legend congratulates another. A warm embrace between Ian Wright and Thierry Henry. And Wright will make a presentation to his successor to mark his midweek milestone of 186 goals for the club. The Frenchman here has overtaken Wright's record, and they are the 2 most accurate gunners of all time, having hit the target between them 371 times for Arsenal.
Then we went on a little run, especially in the Champions League.
It could not have been a harder draw for the Gunners as Arsenal resume their quest for glory on the continental stage against the 9-time winners of the European Cup, Real Madrid, at the Bernabeu against Zidane, Beckham and Ronaldo. There will be no hiding place for the Londoners' patched up sides. Ronaldo. Yes, he's picked up a loose ball. This is Thierry Henry, away from Ronaldo and Maria and Guti, and still Thierry Henry. 1-0.
And also, for me, a good goal is a good goal. The finishing has to be the same. The way you go with the ball, the timing of your run, the way you're going to touch the ball every time to make sure that you don't push it too far.
Fabregas ahead of him, breaking through. Henry square. 2-0 to Arsenal.
Highbury Stadium, the most distinctive arena in English football, yet soon to be no more. Welcome to the last North London derby ever to be played at this famous old ground. Some observers are calling this the most important North London derby ever. Whether that's true or not, it's certainly the most lucrative, because effectively it's a playoff for a place in next season's Champions League.
I remember the boss coming up to me and saying, because we were Champions League, Tottenham, Champions League, Liverpool, Champions League, so the boss was like, I need to give you a raise, and I was like, yeah, but not against Tottenham. And he was like, yeah, but we play Villarreal after, it can be history if we go to the final, and I was like, okay, whatever. And I remember being on the bench against Tottenham, and I remember them outplaying us in the first half. And I was like, they cannot win the last derby game at Highbury. I will actually, if I stay on the bench, I remember I used to say, if a guy goes one-on-one with the keeper, I'll step out of the bench and I will tackle him right from behind. I cannot have that.
Now here's the moment. Is this the pivotal moment of the afternoon? Half an hour to play in the last ever North London derby at Highbury.
Putting that shirt on, you kind of realize what it is to play against Tottenham. Losing against Chelsea, was hurtful, and against United too. But I just couldn't picture myself wearing an Arsenal jersey and with the team losing against Tottenham. Even in the dream, I would have had to wake up. I don't know if you remember how they scored, but they apparently didn't see that an Arsenal player was down, and we kind of stopped. Until this day, Michael Carrick pretended that he didn't see that he was down.
Tainio, and Davids is onside, Arsenal a player down, and Robbie Keane has scored!
And I was like, no, not like that. They can't beat us like that. And then we come back, and I scored, and what a moment. I didn't want them to any other team, but them winning there last year of Highbury, that for me couldn't have happened.
Adebayor's done well against Thierry. Henry, chance, goal! Thierry Henry! And in all the years at Highbury, has this famous crowd ever seen a player like him?
Yeah, I won that day, Highbury, last year. I will not think that will help.
The Gunners about to come out at this ground for the last time before they upgrade from this stylish, but in today's terms small, stately home of football to luxury accommodation nearby. But the focus here is on the Gunners, who need a better result than Tottenham's at West Ham. If they get it, then fourth spot is theirs.
The end was like typical Hollywood kind of end, you wouldn't have, you couldn't write it in a better way. I'm sure if you ask any fan before the game, that's what they would have dreamed of.
It's Henry, he's in, 2-2. Skip round, collects Thierry Henry, puts Arsenal 3-2 in front. Campbell, Henry, Ljungberg, penalty. Whatever Thierry Henry achieves, his name will be forever associated with Highbury. Day here, he has a hat-trick, the king of Highbury.
We won final day, and we clinched the fourth spot in front of Tottenham. It was amazing. only played 7 years. You know, some guys played more than me, but I felt comfortable there. It was like a proper pitch, a proper football pitch, and something did die that day in me. I knew I was never going to come back there. Whatever happened, you know, it's gone forever. It's not like you can see it again and sit down and kind of relive the memories and whatever. You can always, you know, you have videos or whatever, but it's not the same if you can't go back to the stadium. I always regarded Highbury as my garden. I always used to say and joke about it. You know, I used to say it's my garden. And one thing that I'm proud of, if I can say, is nobody will ever beat my record there. Because I scored the most goals at Highbury, and now I know that will be impossible, obviously. And when the stadium, you know, when I knew it was going to be the last day, I knew that record was going to go also with the stadium, and a part of me was going to die also with the stadium.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I'll go back to when I received the phone call. Someone said to me that they're going to put a statue in front of the stadium, and I nearly put the phone down. I remember saying, if you don't have anything to do, you know, this type of jokes are not funny. So until the day that I came to do the unveiling of the statue, I was still thinking that it was a joke.
This Arsenal legend was simply a modern-day hero to Arsenal supporters at the turn of the 21st century. His world-class performances and massive contribution to his 8-year career at Arsenal set the Premier League and the world football alike. Therefore, it gives me great pleasure to unveil a commemorative statue to Thierry Henry.
To his right, Bergkamp to his left. They'll do well to catch up with Thierry Henry, though. He stripped it away from Carr. Henry! What a fabulous solo goal by Thierry Henry!
I would say it's my favorite picture. And it's just great being there, you know, at Highbury. In front of them.
Is the massive interest in Thierry Henry's return to Arsenal, but that'll certainly be the case as the Gunners bid to make the last 32 of the FA Cup. Andre Arshavin. Back down and go. Shamak. Well, they're getting closer, Arsenal, but we're about to see the change, and here it comes. And Shamak, who's coming off to allow Henry to make this emotional return to Arsenal. Shabit. Song. The ball for Henry. Thierry Henry! Welcome back home! Couldn't write a script for it.
I played in some big games for Arsenal, for Barcelona, for France, Monaco, Juve, whatever. I cannot compare it to that night. Nothing will ever top that night for me.
Now penalty. His comeback game then ends in the ultimate triumph as Thierry Henry scores the winning goal to knock Leeds United out of the cup. Arsenal 1, Leeds United 0.
I really thought sorry at the time when I was in a dream. I remember staying in the dressing room 2 hours after the game, just sitting there, and Vic can tell you I was there with my shorts still on, my socks and my boots, and I was just contemplating. Like, I don't know what I was contemplating, but I was just like losing. I remember my brother was in the dressing room, my friends, and they had the same expression on their face. Like, they were like, what happened? You know, that's the type of thing that you can never dream of, to be honest. I never thought that I was going to come back and play. It was a situation that made me come back, and to score a goal against Arsenal was just out of this world.
Would you believe it? The script could not have been written any better. Before going back to New York, Arsenal's record goal scorer scores what is a massive goal. Arsenal take the lead for the first time, and Thierry Henry has put his stamp back on the Premier League. It's Sunderland 1, Arsenal 2.
I just love the club. I do. I get upset like a fan now. I think like a fan. People might think whatever they want to think, but it is true love. I mean, I just love the club. The most important thing is it's Arsenal Football Club. Whether I play there, or Dennis Beckham play there, or Tony Adams, or Paul Merson, or Alan Smith, or Ian Wright, or whatever. The guys that are going to come after, the guys that are playing now. The most important thing is that Arsenal Football Club stays right up there and compete to win titles and being a good team and entertaining team.